What's up everybody, welcome back to the Retro Reseller YouTube channel. Today we're going to check out a lot I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace for $45 and see if it was worth the investment. Now as you can see from this bird's eye view, we have a few boxes here filled with VHS tapes as well as a TV with a built-in VCR. Initially I'd agreed to meet up to buy just the Star Trek tapes and the TV, but after we talked for a bit I agreed to purchase the rest of the tapes that the seller had, but I'll admit I was foolish about it. I was told there was an additional 200 tapes and that I could get them for $20, but what ended up being brought out was more around 50 or 60 tapes, and all the clamshells were in pretty rough shape. That said, I'd already agreed to a price, and there were a few sealed tapes that caught my eye, so I went for it. Let's find out if my agreeableness paid off. As always, I first want to calculate how much money I'm expecting to make off of the VHS tapes by themselves, because those are the primary items I intend to sell on my eBay store. If we are talking just the tapes, I got around 95 for $45, so I paid a little less than 50 cents a tape. Not a bad price, but I hope to do better as I go along. Now that that's out of the way, let's check out the tapes. Up first, we're going to take a look at the Star Trek tapes, because they were the reason I bought the lot in the first place. As you can see, we've got a few Deep Space Nine tapes, as well as a decent amount from the original series. On top of that, we've got all 6 original films, as well as a few others, including a 25-year celebration special, which I'm interested to see how much it's worth. The majority of the tapes, as you can see, are from Star Trek Voyager, and while I'm not overly familiar with the series, or which sets sell better or for a higher price than others, I'm not really sure how I want to sell them. Obviously, I plan to do them in lots, because selling them piece by piece would be a little ridiculous, and I've been thinking about separating them by series, but I'm wondering if it would be worth the time to wait until I had more episodes in a row. So right now, I think the longest set of episodes I have is like 4 in a row, but if I got a few more, I might be able to do lots of 10 sequential episodes. If you have any recommendations on that, drop them in the comments below and I'll be happy to take a look. I've also got a few novels from each of the series to sell as well that I got on the side before this, so I've thought about lotting up the books and the tapes together and selling them as like a massive multimedia lot, but I'm not sure how that would go. We'll just have to see where I end up taking it. After the Star Trek tapes, we've got a large pile of fairly random films from all genres and eras. There are a few that I've seen sold recently for around $10 plus shipping, so I do think there is a bit of profit to be made in this random stack. Beside it, you'll see we have the obligatory stack of Disney VHS tapes. The bottom is the classics, mostly the Masterpiece editions, not the Black Diamond, but I'm really not sure that that makes much difference at this point unless you have sealed copies. Above those, we've got some Disney live action, and while I do like some of the films, they're not really the kinds of things I'm looking for. Right above those, however, are some tapes that do get into the kinds of things that I am looking for. As you'll see, we've got the Recess Christmas movie, and I'm always here for a cartoon Christmas movie. Maybe that's just me. What really got me excited, though, were these Winnie the Pooh tapes, including Winnie the Pooh's Valentine's Day and Halloween. These may not sell for very much individually, but they can become part of bigger lots and sell for a decent amount per tape. Plus, selling them in lots like that helps lower my shipping and packaging costs, but I'll go into that side of things more in my next video. Moving away from the Disney, we've got some other popular animated films like the All Dogs Go to Heaven movies. Again, great movies, but not the best sellers today by any means. On top of those though, we've got a couple Barbie tapes, and those can be lotted up and will probably move pretty quickly because Barbie has maintained some popularity and even gained some sort of a cult following, I would say. If I can find the right lots and set a solid price, I can make pretty good money off of these, I think. Above those, we've got some more random clamshells, nothing overly special from what I've seen, but as always, I'll do a deeper dive before I get them listed. Next up, we have a movie that got me really excited when I first picked it up, but it let me down so fast it almost hurt. You're looking at what seems to be a sealed copy of Fantasia, but there's a tear in the seal on one side, and so at best I can list it as damaged seal, maybe as unused. To make things worse, it turns out it's selling for like 20 bucks sealed, so no big win there either way. After that, we've got a ballet performance of the Nutcracker, which may have some value to it, but I'm not sure at this point. Next to it is a copy of Crime and Passion, followed by a copy of A Star is Born starring Judy Garland. Neither of them looks like they sell for much, sealed or otherwise, so we'll just see what we can do with them. Following that, we have this Bible movie, which I haven't priced yet, but I'm not holding my breath. Most likely I'll put this in a religious film lot and try to make maybe $2 a tape. Next up are these Rand McNally travel tapes, and these are the ones I got the most excited for as I researched, because some of them are selling for $20 sealed, and there are very few people selling them. Better yet, there are some here that I can't even find copies for sale at all, and others that I can't find the copy that I have specifically. I'm still deciding how to list them, with my main two thoughts being that I could sell them as a lot with this Yellowstone tape, which has a similar concept to it, for $100 and see if they sell, or I could throw them up for auction at a really high price, like $500 as a starting point, and see if I got any offers. Personally, I lean towards selling the lot for $100, but part of me feels like those Black Diamond Beauty and the Beast copies that sold a few years back for way too much money only did so because someone assigned that value to them, and maybe I could do the same with these. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Last up, we're going to talk about the TV. Up front, I'm going to say I was foolishly trusting because I didn't check it before I left. When I got it home, it turned on fine, and so I let myself get my hopes up. I tried to get it to the VHS screen, and when I couldn't do that, I started by trying to open the flap. When I did, I saw there was a tape inside, and so I rejected it and found a copy of Independence Day. Not very exciting. After that, I tried to put the tape back in, but it wouldn't accept it. Thankfully, I've got a guy that should be able to get it working for me for a reasonable price, and this exact model has sold listings averaging around $80. My plan is to lot it up with some of the movies I'm going to have a hard time selling, or a kids lot of some sort, and sell it for $100 plus shipping. Now that we've made it through everything, I'm sure you want to know what I think I'm going to make from this haul. Honestly, I'm not really sure. On the one hand, I believe I can get $100 for the TV, and probably around that much for the Star Trek tapes if I lot them up just right. Other than those though, I'm thinking with all the other open tapes, I'll be lucky to bring in another 100, probably closer to $50. As for the sealed tapes, I'll have to see how they do, but low end I'd say another $100 in revenue. All told, I'm gonna guess I'll make around $350 before expenses, meaning after the eBay fees, the cost of packaging, and what I paid for the items up front. I expect my profit to be about $200 on the low end, with a high end that I can't speculate until I do some serious research. Either way, $200 profit off a $45 investment is a trade I'll make every time, because it's nearly 5 times what I initially invested. Well everybody, I think that will do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you stayed till the end. And if you like this kind of content, or you're looking to start reselling yourself, I hope you'll think about subscribing and taking this journey with me. Have a great rest of the week, and keep a lookout for my next video where I'm going to break down how much I've invested into starting my eBay business, from inventory to packing materials and everything in between. Thanks again everyone, I hope I see you in the next one. For now, happy hunting.